Okay, so today we have myself, Lindsay, Alexis, Julian, Cole, and Taylor, and we've been brought in by Mid-City Bank, who recently installed a new communication system and have seen a decline in their profit. And we're going to be going over some problems and analyzing these and brainstorming some solutions with the criteria that we establish and coming to the best conclusion that we can find together. So if anyone wants to jump in and go ahead and start introducing a problem.
So it seems that the first problem, we have four different point of views for this issue from four different high-level executives of the company, and we different people have different issues with the information system that they've implemented, which they've spent over $200,000 on. Um, Among those three, there's kind of three, or among the four, there's kind of three point of views. The first one is from the CEO, which wants to see profits go up and wants kind of like an ease of use for the system. The second is one of the technical operation center. He has an alternative way to solve the issue through his networking in the field he has. And the third is through a marketing representative, which understands the base of their company and understands that the people who have it kind of have a conservative view, and they don't want to speak to a robot over the phone, and um, they're kind of more paper, more conservative. So a big change might be an issue for them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think a big problem there is with the customer base declining. Some of their long-term customers closed big accounts and their loan request numbers have also decreased. So losing customers definitely adds into the decline in profit. It's the main problem.
Another problem would be the system they implemented cost too much to bring down the profits.
Yeah, definitely. So we have high costs, low profit, losing customers. Would say definitely three main problems. Does anyone else have anything that they are thinking of?
I was thinking maybe the marketing approach could be evaluated because they're marketing it as like your last hometown bank, and they're losing customers because they're not really getting any new ones from that marketing strategy. So maybe if they change their marketing, it could bring in more people.
Yeah, definitely.
Another issue could be that the communication system isn't handling like everything, the calls as efficiently as people, like just regular people might. So that might be another issue.
I also agree with that. I also think that like as a team, like whenever I was working on this like beforehand, I feel like as a team, like that all have their own issues. And they're not really like solving this like together to like figure out the number one reason why everything's like happening with their bank. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think a problem with the system could also be that the employees might not know how to use it as well, especially if it's a new system. So if anyone else doesn't have anything else, we could do y'all want to narrow it down to like one of the main problems?
So yeah, I think we should go person by person that from the point of views we have and kind of understand what they want to do. Um, So in Randall Carpenter's report, he talks about how, with the new system that they implemented, the $200,000 system, paper's a thing of the past. And they'll always get an answer when they call, even if it's just like a voicemail. And he seems very like sturdy on this, that he says it makes sense to him that, he would just you would be able to leave a message and then get back to you later. But I think that kind of causes a disconnect as well. That might not be the best for their customer base.
Yeah, for sure. I think the overarching thing is really that you said that they were the what did you call it? Sorry, blanking. They refer to themselves as the last hometown bank, and a big part of that drawing their customers in is their good customer service. And customers drawing away is what's making them lose profits, and they've essentially already kind of allocated all these costs. So all they can really come back from is increasing their profits and potentially getting their customer base back.
So that's like the problem we're gonna make criteria for.
I think that personally that's a good one to focus in on, but if anyone else has a different opinion, go for it.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and establish some criteria for this problem.
I think the solution should be something that's efficient, that is gonna work and can actually be implemented. That
Definitely something that can be implemented timely as well, not
Cost
cost
effective.
too much. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And also, I think a main criteria would obviously be to be able to maintain their personable customer service that they had before.
Yeah, I agree.
I think keeping the feel of the bank is really important. Um, and again, maintaining the customers that they have, not losing any more, but also trying to gain some more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they said that they had surveys prior that said that customers liked the bank because of the personable tellers and their personal bank approach, and that a lot of the reason they kept their business even when these people were being offered cheaper services at other banks was because of the personal customer service. So that should definitely be main criteria. Well, as a
That's a good true company trait to have, because I feel like most banks are not really like that personal or like personable. So I think that's something great to keep and to have for a company.
I agree.
Yeah, I also think though that they should adopt some new practices like what the big companies are doing, because soon they'll be left in the dust, so to say. So I think we should think about changing the way they're doing things. So kind of challenging what y'all are saying.
Yeah, like some technological advances still, but not, I guess, as far as they went, or maybe just working with the system that they implemented.
Yeah, I guess so. Or at least focused on existing customers, but trying to get that edge to get those new customers in the door.
Yeah, great idea.
Okay, so I think we have a lot of good criteria. I think we should probably move into the solutions to kind of talk about how they can they can change the things that we've listed.
Okay, yeah. I think one solution could be just better training for these employees that are using the system because they might just not know how to use it as well, and this is why there's having so many errors with communication with their customers.
I think another solution could be to like keep the personable feel, like have a person recording, like when you pick up the phone, it's like a recording of a person answering, and it's asked you different things like what do you need from the bank, and then it can like narrow down what you need to help you get in touch with somebody.
I was thinking more of a text message system maybe. Might be simple to manage, for the information technology manager or whatever.
Yeah, and that's quick and easy, good for customer service.
They could also try advertising like certain times that like an hour or so where they could have real customers or like real people who work at the bank pick up, so that if people want that human interaction, they can get it like during that time.
I like the text option because I kind of feel like banks don't have that. It's more of like you just call and then they put you on a new person and they just keep putting you somewhere and people just get like frustrated. I like the text because usually sometimes like it's like robot focused or like whatever. And so it kind of just like gives you an answer right away on like what to do or how to handle whatever issue you're going through.
Yeah, it could easily connect you with someone like who's working.
Okay, awesome. I mean, I think those are great solutions. If no one has any other ideas, we can go ahead and see which solution matches best with our criteria.
I do have one more thing to say. That I don't know if it would be the best solution, but I do think it's a possible one. And it's kind of doubling down on the like traditional way that they work. Um maybe having to get rid of the new system that they've implemented and pick up a different one that's more in line with what their customers want. Even maybe taking surveys from their customers and kind of ask them what they like about the bank and what they think would be a good way to go about it.
I think that's a really great idea. Because then they could even get some of the customers that left to return. Okay, great. Well, do y'all want to get into how these match the criteria?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. We could just start from the top of the list and go down.
Okay. So better employee training for the system that they already have. Um, it wouldn't be, I don't know if that would be efficient. Um, it's definitely feasible.
It would cost more.
It would cost more.
And it would take more time, so yeah.
The biggest benefit would be the customer service, obviously. And I think uh it would still work in this new technological era.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with the text messaging. It's pretty good for staying up to date with technology. And it really wouldn't take time to implement or anything or cost too much because they already have the workers there to do it.
I like the recording of an existing employee to answer the phone calls. I like that idea, but like would it take a long time for them, or would it be time consuming for them to like do this beforehand and then like make it as part of the system? Like
No,
that.
no, it would,
No.
that would be a
Okay.
really good solution.
Okay.
I
I
would.
I think you have a good
Yeah,
point
talk
there.
about that.
I
Yeah.
think you have a good point there.
I think the recording of an employee would be cost effective and definitely feasible, but depending on what people are like needing when they call, like if the preset recording of the employee, like trying to get them connected to somebody they need, if it's not specific enough, then people might have a hard time like getting what they need done.
Well, if it's simple, then the machine can easily do it, and then if it's complex, you can just give it to a employee to talk to the person. So it would eliminate some of the hassle in that area.
I think the idea for surveying existing customers is a really great idea because it shows that they care, bringing the personal touch in, and then you can actually see the problems with why these customers left and can kind of alter the system based on that. So you don't need to get rid of the whole system, but you can see that the problems that they had with it.
Also, I don't know if people would feel comfortable like texting, especially like bank information.
That's a
I
really
don't know if
good
that might
point.
be an issue.
I do think it has a bonus though with the ease of use.
For sure.
I think that's probably the biggest bonus out of it. But some older customers might not be willing to do it because for a lot of old people it's like hard to type all that information rather than just talk, and it might feel a little illegitimate to them.
Yeah, and if you're like somewhere texting like your account number, like people can look over your shoulder and like read it.
Yeah.
I think we're probably kind of running out of time, so we should probably narrow it down to one.
I sort of feel like the texting one might be, but I don't know. I just sort of feel like that one might be a really good one, like to use, but y'all might have other, I don't know.
I think it would be a good one to get new customers, but if we want to keep existing customers, I think the recording of an employee would be the best.
Mhm.
I also like the recording of the employee one because then they can get you what you need, but also maybe like do the recording of the employee and then send out a survey of like
Yeah.
how people how people responded to it, or did they like it? Because then it's also like y'all said, like bringing them back in and letting like them know that the bank cares. So
I think both of those could go well together. I agree.
Yeah, we could
I
do
like that.
kind of a combination of the two,
Yeah.
like do the surveying approach for kind of trying to get the old customers back, and then the text message approach to keep up with the technology and
Mhm.
also keep their current interactions with their current customers and new customers running smoothly.
I feel like
Okay.
that would solve the problem of people leaving the bank. Because I feel like that's way more personable and personalized for them. So I like that.
So are we thinking of combining the surveys and the recording, the voicemails or the text messages? What were y'all thinking?
Yeah, I think so.
I like the voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original issue that was asked was that we need to know if the communication systems was the thing that caused this problem. And from what we've had here, personally, I think that it was, and that kind of maybe not getting rid of it completely, but using other systems to strengthen it is the main solution here.
Yeah.
Ones that we've said.
Sounds good.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay, we all agree on that?
Yes.
Awesome.